All right, Justin, OANDA, they're our #1 recommended broker in the US.
Yep.
Let's tell the guys why.
Okay, so first of all, when it comes to the US, there are very few brokers that you can choose from. You must get a locally regulated broker. The two regulators are
The NFA and
Yes.
the CFTC.
exactly, so that you've got to choose a broker that has both regulations, and there's only a handful. So in this review, what we've basically looked at is stuff like trading fees, the platforms, customer service, and as Noam said, OANDA was clearly our best that we're going to talk about today. Welcome to Compare Forex Brokers.
Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Noam Korbl.
And I'm Justin Grossbard.
All right, Justin, let's get right into it. Fees. Why do we deem OANDA to be the best broker when it comes to fees in the US?
Okay, so we tried to be as fair as possible, and what we did is we opened accounts with almost all the brokers that are regulated in the USA that have an MT4 account, which OANDA does. We'll go into training platforms later. What we found that out of the US brokers, OANDA had the lowest costs when it came to their trading accounts, okay, when it comes to trading. So, and that comes down to really the spreads, so tight spreads and low commissions. Yep. So, look, we've discussed about what matters the most with brokers. If they're regulated, and once again, that limits the amount, trading cost should be the #1. It impacts dramatically the amount of profit you can make when trading. OANDA is the cheapest. We've tested this ourselves over a 25-hour period. That was twice. We did it on a Wednesday, thanks to Ross Collins. Look at our research. They're the cheapest, period.
Okay, interesting. All right, so best overall US regulated broker for lower spreads.
Yep.
In 23. Okay, interesting. All right, talk to me about trading platforms, because I've noticed they've got TradingView, they've got MT4.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you tell our viewers about OANDA's trading platforms?
Okay, so I mentioned MT4 before. That's because we used it to test each broker. We're trying to be fair. MT4 is the most popular trading platform. TradingView is the one that's definitely gained the most momentum. Obviously there's MT5, but TradingView has really nice charting. It's my personal preference.
Sure.
But OANDA has their own proprietary platform, and if you're a new trader, that's the one that I like the most. It's just very easy to use. Anyone that's used TradingView or MT4, for a beginner it's daunting. Our industry is daunting for a newcomer. The OANDA app makes it simple. It's easy to trade, especially on mobile. Much better app than something like an MT4. So look, if you're a new trader, go for the OANDA app. If you're experienced, I would probably go and you want to use automation, MT4. If you want to trade in the interface with more technical areas, TradingView. More charting, TradingView. So they got the trifecta. It comes down to your trading style.
Okay, interesting. All right, talk to me about their customer service and support, because this is an area that we look at specifically, because often, the complaints you see on reviews of brokers is always around poor customer support. What experience did we have when we looked at their customer support?
Sure. So this year, Ross Collins, our head of research, opened an account with OANDA. I opened a second account because obviously I've been trading for a while, but I wanted to have this experience firsthand. So what I liked about OANDA is once I opened an account, and there were a few little teething issues, I think it might have been the second account factor situation. But it was very easy to join, but straight away I got a call from a personal account manager.
Yep.
And that person knew what they were talking about. They weren't just a salesperson, and they talked to me, and they want to know a lot about my trading style, tell me about trading platform options, these elements. So I really appreciate that. And then I had a few more technical issues when we were trying to do the testing. That's more to do with the fact that I was setting up EAs. Once again, I used live chat. They were there. They were fast. They knew what they were doing. I can't comment about someone that's new to trading and customer service, but definitely if you're more an experienced trader, OANDA is probably the best one out there. I mean, IG were very strong in this area as well, and they get a strong mention on this, but OANDA probably pips them on this one. So, and they're locally based.
Okay, yeah, interesting. All right, well, that's a nice segue into like the regulation or the trust factor that we like to call. So OANDA are regulated by the CFTC, NFA.
They're global, they're huge. They're global, and you know, being in the US, as I mentioned, there are less than 10 locally regulated firms, and the two biggest ones are ING and OANDA. And you know that most people are choosing between the two, but as we've already mentioned now, OANDA's got the better fees out of the two. So to me, if that's your short list, I'd be going for OANDA.
Okay, interesting. And what type of trader would you recommend to a company like OANDA in the US?
Okay, so there's three types of traders generally: beginner, intermediate, expert. I'd say OANDA is your intermediate to expert type broker. Like if you're looking to trade a larger quantity, fees are going to become important, hence OANDA wins. For a beginner, you know, there's probably a few out there that are more geared towards that. Like, yes, I'll have high fees, but a bit more making an introduction to Forex. The other thing I think with OANDA is a lot of people like to do scalping automation. Once again, OANDA's quite strong here. When it comes to copy trading, probably using the OANDA platform, I'd be quite satisfied, but this is a unique niche and there's very few players. So
interesting. All right, so just to recap, as you can see, guys, we've done some extensive research into OANDA. So when it comes to fees, OANDA definitely had the best spreads overall for a US-based broker.
For a US-based broker, winner, clearly.
Trading platforms, so we said they had TradingView, they had MT4, and they had their own proprietary OANDA platform.
Each one has, you know, they're offering 3 because there's different types of traders out there. So just make sure you're aligned and maybe call OANDA if you're not sure.
Okay. Customer service, you were really impressed. Ross was really impressed. I was pretty impressed. I'm obviously like not as much of an expert as you and Ross are, but you know, for an expert trader, someone that has been around the bush a little bit when it comes to trading, OANDA's customer support team are well equipped.
I mean, I was quite clear. My onboarding experience had some bugs, but they were very good in supporting me throughout that, including my verification process. So, look, bugs happen, especially when you've already opened an account. You're not really meant to have 2 accounts. Probably should be a bit quiet here. But at the end of the day, you know, I just like the fact that I had a point of contact or I knew live chat would know what they're talking about.
Okay, interesting. When it comes to regulation as well, we're talking about, you know, one of the most well-known regulated US-based brokers.
Been around for 25 years.
They've got the NFA license, they've got the CFTC license, so you're all fine there. And then in terms of like the traders that like we'd be recommending to OANDA, definitely like an intermediate to advanced trader.
Exactly.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. If there are any other brokers that you'd like us to review for you, you know, maybe a broker that you've heard of that you can't really put your finger on, whether they're good or not, let us know in the comment section below. We'd be happy to do the analysis for you. We've got the team behind us.
And that includes testing. You know, we've done a lot of fee testing. We're about to do some VPS testing when it comes to brokers. But if you have more testing ideas, just let us know. Leave a comment, like us, and we'll add it to our list of things that we want to do in 2023 and 2024.
Right, just finally, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, we'll put the link to OANDA in the description below so that if you are planning on signing up with them, if you click on that referral link, you'll be able to sign up really quickly and hopefully you'll be able to like reduce the cost of your trading as well.
Great.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.